I labeled each of them take 1, take 2, take 3, take 4. So this is take 5. Let me see if I can, there we go. So I'm trying to keep my cool. Let's see, I played the jaw harp. The most requested instrument is the jaw harp. I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. I just keep coming back. That's what I do. I just keep coming back. It's not hot in here anymore, so I just have the overhead lights. So I can look even more pale. I pale in comparison. So I guess in the Russia-Ukraine area, they can't stop launching missiles. That's one hell of a game of volley, missile volley. I guess people get tired of living. People get tired of living, so and they get bored. They can't rake their yard or clean out their gutters or cook a turkey. They have to launch missiles. What does that accomplish? You just get buildings that are demolished. You get families who are having to dig graves if there's anything left to bury. It's crazy and stupid. I think war, what is it good for? Good God, y'all. Absolutely nothing. Regards. Oh, from Germany. Welcome. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I hope you feel at home. You should feel at home at Eddie's Funhouse. Today is a new day. I guess we're going to have a good time today. I had a few, yes, it is wonderful. Wonderful to be alive. Wacky ass instrument. That's right. I like to play my wacky ass instrument. I should put out an album. Eddie plays the jaw harp. Makes me think of a hillbilly hoedown. I have my bell. I love you too. Hey. Yeah, I could do that for my Patreon. People who join my Patreon, I can do I'll do some solos, you know. I could do a flute solo. I could do a jaw harp solo. I could just do Yahoo. Yahoo! I could be a one-man band. Why not be a one-man band? It's a wonderful idea, sure. I could put on one of my cool hats, wear a different hat for each album. Ich habe eine Haben. I can wear my my top hat. I'm gonna get my top hat. There we go. Make sure I put it on right. It sits nicely on my head. All for your viewing pleasure. So we got 2 people watching, 3 likes already. Oh, wow. Oh, boy. Isn't that what Pinocchio said? Oh, boy. I am from America. I am living in America. Remember me? Red Lore. Oh, you see, now it's Ring Blur, or no, King Blur. People are changing their logos. They're changing their handles. They have to remind me who they were. It's all an identity crisis. I'm knitting my Freddy Krueger scarf. Did you remember me, though? Now that you reminded me, it looks like you did change your logo. King Blur. You have a crown on the best land in the world. America. America. I know, we'll have to see what happens in the future. We seem to have elected a new president. We'll have to see how that works out. There's a war going on, and Trump's not even in office yet. It's happening in Eastern Europe. All that, Ukraine. They can't just leave Ukraine alone. Why couldn't they just have a tea party or something? Putin and Kuglinski, or I think that's how you pronounce his name. They could just get together and negotiate. But then again, I don't know what it's like to be in Russia. Maybe there's a reason they want to resist Russia. Anyway, I don't want to get political, geopolitical. And then there's that Israel and Hamas, or Israel and Hamas. Everybody likes to launch missiles lately. It seems to be a trend or a fad. Just launching missiles. That'll fix things. I think Trump is a very good. Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out. He was our president, and then we decided we wanted Biden. Put Trump in Russia in my onion. It is weird. It's like, why couldn't he just leave things the way it was? I think people just have the urge to merge. That's what they said about the samurai. They called it the urge to merge. Whenever there wasn't a fight going on, they somehow got bored and decided they wanted to fight. I bet he voted for Kamala. I didn't. Kamala. It's funny. That's what they called, who was it? Clinton? Yeah. It wasn't Camelot. But isn't it funny that during our family shows, tomorrow will be my adult show. So tomorrow we can crack jokes like that. Or maybe I should just make this an adult show, since people want to be adult. I don't think anybody under 18 is here right now. Maybe we are all adults. We don't have to wait for Friday. If we are all, in fact, adults, we can crack jokes and not have to worry about somebody's mom hearing or leaving a nasty comment. It's Thursday night. Did you vote for Orange Big Mac? You know what? I'm not much of a voter. Please make a little bit of music. I can do that. I'll make a little bit of music. How's that? Just something to make us a little happier. You're good, not gonna lie. Well, thank you. Does it make you feel like medieval times? Medieval times. It's good to get encouragement from time to time. You're welcome. I aim to please. I give you an ABO to you. You give an ABO. What's an ABO? What a racket! God, what an awful racket. That's what GWAR stands for. God, what an awful racket. That's right. Our man Trump. We're going to see, will things be better in 4 years? Were things better 4 years ago? That's what we'll be asking ourselves 4 years from now. Mario! The Mario song. All I know is that gas will be lower. Possibly. I've seen some drops. I've seen some drops here in Georgia in the gas prices. Isn't that nice? Maybe all the prices will go down. Maybe we'll go gold standard. That would be nice. The gold standard. There shouldn't be billions of dollars. You support me, so I mean. Well, thank you for your support. I'll bring you the music. Hear ye, hear ye. Eddie's Funhouse is now in session. decrees should we make? I live in Georgia, the state of Georgia, way down south. I think Georgia is as far south as you can get, next to Florida. Georgia is right next to Alabama, right next to Florida. You live in Missouri, Kansas, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas City, Kansas City, here I come. Missouri is the state, Kansas is the city. And then there's Texas. There's a place called Texas Roadhouse. So you're in Berlin. Wow, you're right up there. Gorbachev, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall. That's what I heard back in the 80s. I was in high school when that happened. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down that wall. The Berlin and Germany. Yeah, that was, Berlin is in Germany. David Hasselhoff hosted, didn't he? Wasn't he in that? He was singing songs. Damn. Damn. See, I lived some of history. One of my relatives was alive during Titanic, the sinking of the Titanic. One of her friends was on the itinerary. That's like 1909 when my Aunt Minnie was born. She has a picture of the itinerary on the wall at my brother's house. It's amazing what history, when you live it, when you actually. But the Titanic was before my time. What's my favorite Halloween movie? I think, what was a really good one? Child's Play. You ever watch that during Halloween? Child's Play, the very first one. Paranormal Activity. I remember when those came out. I watched all those in the movie theater. Is the capital. So Berlin is the capital of Germany? Okay, Berlin. I have heard of Berlin. I've never been to Europe. I've always wondered what it would be like to visit parts of Europe. There's a lot of history there. I keep saying that. There's so much that happened. The Roman Empire. Germany was a lot around during the Roman Empire. The Germanic tribes. Yeah. They fought with sticks against the Romans. They had little clubs that they made. They got in there real close and did a lot of damage. I think England is what became of the Roman Empire. They had them divided according to what weapons they used. Like the Anglo-Saxons, they used the sea axe. The French used the Francisca, which was an axe, a kind of axe. The Anglo-Saxons. They fought 100 years. A war that lasted 100 years. I can't imagine that. They say World War I stopped only because they ran out of money. They ran out of money, World War I, during World War I. Yeah. That is correct. Right you are. That's what they say in the UK. Right you are. Wasn't that a Pink Floyd song? Ha ha, you're right you are. I like Pink Floyd. I could just lay back and listen to Pink Floyd. They say The Wizard of Oz, if you play Pink Floyd and Wizard of Oz at the same time, they kind of complement each other. I'll have to bring that up. I need to remember to do that. community page. I have that video. The whole time you're watching The Wizard of Oz, you're hearing Dark Side of the Moon, which is fascinating. And then there's Scotland. Scotland is a pretty haunted place. There was a story about cannibalism there. The story of The Hills Have Eyes was based on that. These people who lived next to the sea, they hid in caves and ate people. They were, yes. There was 2 versions of The Hills Have Eyes. What's up? David is here. All right. So we have somebody here from Germany. We have somebody here from Missouri. I like saying it that way, Missouri. That makes you sound like you're from the South. And then there's Appalachia. A lot of interesting things happen in the Appalachian Mountains. People live differently in the Appalachian Mountains. That's where the hillbillies came from. The hillbillies. In The Wizard of Oz, who plays the Scarecrow? Oh, I think it's Ray Bolger. The guy who was supposed to play the Tin Man. The guy who was supposed to play Tin Man was Buddy Epson, but he didn't. He had a bad reaction to the makeup. It made him really sick because there was aluminum in the makeup. And there was another guy, I forget his name. I'm trying to remember the name of the guy who played the Cowardly Lion. Bert Lahr. I think his name was Bert Lahr. He played the Cowardly Lion. Put him up, put him up. What puts the ape in apricot? What has he got that I ain't got? Courage. Could you entertain us in your funhouse, please? I'm trying. Oh, you want some more music? Let me see. Let's see if I can play some harmonica. Eddie's Funhouse is all about entertainment. It's almost supper time. I could kill a few minutes. Thoughts on the movie Roadhouse? They made a lot of fun of that. It was Peter Griffin. There was a whole episode based on Roadhouse. And also the surfing bird. Bird is a word. Don't you know that the bird is a word? Everybody's talking about the bird. Roadhouse. That was Patrick Swayze, wasn't it? A lot of punching and hitting in that movie. It was very violent. War the Crows in Dumbo, played by black men. I think it was. The Crows in Dumbo. Yeah, they were. When I see an elephant fly. They were using a lot of references. I seen a grasshopper hop or something like that. It's been a while since I've heard that song. But the song was When I See an Elephant Fly. I think that was right. Those crows. And then there was that Zippity Doo Dah song. They said that was racist too. Jim Crow. That's right. They had Jim Crow laws. There's actually a museum that's pretty horrifying. And yeah, it was all about Jim Crow. Yeah. But that's our past. We just need to be careful not to repeat it again. Could you play for me Glory, Glory, Hallelujah? No, that's His Truth is Marching On. Oh, and it has that chorus, doesn't it? His truth is marching on. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. There is a song called Southern Accent that I really like. There's a song Tom Petty sings. It's called Southern Accent. It says, there's a dream I keep having where my mama comes to me and kneels down over by the window and says a prayer for me. That's a pretty touching song. G'day! So you were here earlier, yeah. I was having technical difficulties. Don't come around here no more. You ever seen that video? Hey, whatever you're looking for, don't come around here no more. It was the Mad Hatter theme, Alice in Wonderland. If you ever watched that video, there was other ones. Here comes my girl. She looks so nice. She's all I need tonight. I think that's what he says. She looks so nice or something like that. Oh my, oh hell yes. You got to put on that party dress. Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again. Oh yeah, Tom Petty. How nice of you to ask. In The Fox and the Hound, who plays the hunter? You know what? I have not watched the whole movie. I'm a hound dog. Woo! Yeah, I'll do that again. Elvis Presley sang that song. His truth is marching on. Remember that? Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. His truth is marching on. Elvis Presley. Andy Kaufman did a lot of Elvis Presley. So I must sleep. Thank you. Thank you for joining. Auf Wiedersehen. I think that's the right way to say it. Auf Wiedersehen. Gute Nacht. I think that's how you say it. Good night. Entertainment. Nice. It was very nice. Well, thank you. I'll have to remember to come on this time. So, or just send me leave a comment saying you're ready. That's what I want to get. That way I know when to start. That way you're fresh and new. Cool. So, we'll do this again sometime. It's been 29 minutes. I'm entertaining 4 people. 8 likes. How about that? How about that? That was a line from Rocky Horror Picture Show. You got caught with a flat. Well, how about that? Well, babies, don't you panic. By the light of the night, it'll all seem alright. I'll get you a satanic mechanic. I'm just a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania. Thoughts on the TV show Ghost Adventures? You know what? They're trying to say that's a fraud. Ghost Adventures, that's with Zach Bagans, right? Zach Bagans went to Old Sacramento. I was near Old Sacramento. I recognized where he was standing. It was next to a restaurant. It's one of those where you can order takeout and you sit down at a picnic table. Yeah, Zach Bagans, he went to Old Sacramento. That's where it hit close to home. Other times he would visit a lot of haunted locations. Are you for real? I think so. Here I sit, broken-hearted. I'll have to say that for the adult show. Thoughts on... Okay, Ghost Adventures. So, Aubrey. Is that how you say your name? Yes, right. Oh, wait, you're still with us. Yeah, but I must go in 5 hours to the army back. Huh. Have you ever walked into a wall? Have I ever walked into a wall? I've hit my head on a couple of counters. Not counters. You know those doors? The doors for cupboards? Cupboard doors? Yes, I ran into a branch one time. A very thick branch. It was on a Friday. I had to go hang out notices. Post notices on all the doors. And I grabbed a stack of papers and I went to go do my duty, and I ran into a branch, and it made me carnally aware. It made me aware of the fact that I'm in a body, and it hurts to be hit by a branch at such a high rate of speed. I never walked into a wall, no. I felt like I was talking to a wall before. Pizza. I like Hawaiian style pizza. I like when it's cooked to perfection. Cooked to perfection. A golden brown, you know. Or when I see the cheese still bubbling. I like the combination pizza. See, on the East Coast, they call it a supreme. On the West Coast, they call it a combo pizza. Never to be confused. I asked for a combo pizza. They didn't know what I was talking about. Then they say, oh, you mean a supreme? And I said, yeah, if that's what you call it here. Thoughts on Pizza Hut? I miss Pizza Hut. There was a Pizza Hut and eat-in restaurant. As soon as I moved here, they took it away. They turned it into a drive-up. I guess they couldn't afford to have an eat-in restaurant. They made it. They relocated it here in Dallas. It was a nice restaurant where you can go in and order a pizza, and they bring it to your table. But now it's all gone. And they also had a TV set in there. And the TV on the wall played SpongeBob, you know, so you could eat pizza while you're watching SpongeBob. And I think they had a couple of arcade games in there. I miss that place. I wish they would bring it back. Just do one of those nostalgic kind of Pizza Hut places. Thoughts on Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. That was their theme, wasn't it? Chuck E. Cheese, where a kid can be a kid. That reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's. Have you seen that movie? Five Nights at Freddy's. They had those animatronic. They had the animatronic mouse where you could. Yeah, they had arcade games there, and you could eat pizza. There's a place called Stevie B's that's kind of like that here in Hiram, which is the next town over from Dallas. Hiram has a place called Stevie B's. I want to do a live from there. I should do like a flash mob kind of live. Just show up there with my phone and just show you around Stevie B's. Maybe they'll get some business that way. I could just walk around and ask people, how are you enjoying your pizza? Yes, the difference between old. I think so. Wow, I guess we're having fun. I'll have to start earlier. I'll have to see what time it is in Germany. What is the time difference? Because I'm pretty sure it's a 5-hour time difference between here and Germany. I like to keep those people, you know? Because I know some people from UK that still hang out with me. People in the UK and in Ireland. I think one person from Scotland joined me. That way it'll be like a worldwide. Eddie's Funhouse is worldwide. Make no mistake about it. Accept no substitute. Well, it's been 37 minutes. I did a couple of takes before this one. I had a problem with the Wi-Fi. Before that, I had a problem with the chat. The chat wasn't... What's my favorite fish dish? Sometimes salmon. I like salmon. Because all by itself, it tastes pretty good. Salmon and maybe some... they call them chips in the UK. Just cut me up some French fries. I think that's why they call them chips. They're not French fries. Fish and chips. With some coleslaw, you know? Maybe some tartar sauce. Salmon is good all by itself. Salmon doesn't need tartar sauce. Tilapia maybe. Fish sticks. Or breaded fish. I'll have some tartar sauce with my breaded fish, you know. I need to find ways to grow my audience. Because at the most I have about 2 people who invented the radio. I'm thinking of Thomas Edison, but you know what? Tesla. Tesla is somebody who might have. I haven't Googled that. You know what? There's so much we can learn. Who needs schools when you have Google? You can zero in on any subject. And Google is there for you. Divert some of that money towards the elderly, you know. Getting elderly people care. Don't just cut them a check. Have somebody care for them. Sometimes people who are older need somebody to care for them. Hell, that's all you have to do. Just have a library and people can go in shifts. You know, if they want to learn something, they can just have Google. They can have online courses. That way you're not sitting in a classroom. The only thing you have in common is you're facing the same direction. You're looking at a blackboard. That's what it was like when I was in school. Books and blackboards. How boring. No wonder they have shootouts. And if you went into the library by yourself, you wouldn't have to worry about being bullied. You just go into the library, you research, and then you report to your headmaster. You don't have to be in school where people can bully you or provoke you. I'm just frustrated about that, you know? People bring your your books and your pencils and nothing else. It's hard because the law of cause and effect. That's one of the Hermetic principles is cause and effect. If you cause somebody to be upset with you, that'll be one of the effects. And people cry out, why did this happen? Well, have you ever heard the song Jeremy? Soundgarden? Or who did that song? Jeremy spoken, spoken, Jeremy spoken, yesterday. That was based on a true story. It was about a kid named Jeremy who was bullied, and he killed himself. He didn't shoot other people, he killed himself. A lot of that's the conclusion of being bullied. Sometimes people end their own lives. They don't want to go on living anymore, and that's sad. People report bullies, but nothing is done about it. It's all fun and games. Yeah. Anyways, that's the darkness of my mind. I go to the dark places of my mind. Who's here now? Did the chat stop again? What was another song? It was about stepping back from the edge. There was about somebody was about to jump. I'm trying to remember the words to that song. I guess the chat did. Oh, no, it didn't. Thoughts on Drew Carey. Drew Carey was a United States Marine, and he started with stand-up. He went on to the Johnny Carson show, and Johnny Carson, after his bit, asked him to come and sit down. And he was moved by that. It's like, wow, Johnny Carson? Because that showed that Johnny liked you. If he asked you to come and sit down for an interview, and he did the Drew Carey show, and now he's hosting The Price is Right. See, I know some things. It depends. It's like hit or miss, isn't it? You know, every once in a while, I'll know something about something. Well, it's been 40 minutes, and I'm getting hungry. I think what's on the menu tonight is ham steaks. We were going to have ham steaks with, what was it, macaroni and cheese? You can microwave macaroni and cheese. Bob Barker was a very big animal lover. Bob Barker! Yeah, he was the host of The Price is Right. People kind of like The Price is Right. Come on down! You're the next contestant on The Price is Right. I forget who was doing that voice. I used to know that, the name of the guy. That's a fun job, isn't it? Just call out a name and tell them to come on down. And then you have lunch. And then you go home. And then you give your vocal cords a rest. Funny names. That's what I like to make a list of. There are actual names that are funny. Thoughts on the cartoon character Jenny? Okay, wasn't that a Sunday funny? I'm getting a picture in my head. Jenny? Or was it one of the Archie? Archie was a comic book, and then it became a cartoon, I think. But as far as cartoon character Jenny, I'm not sure. I kind of grew up around that time. Josie and the Pussycats, that was a cartoon. Before that, I think it was a comic book. I'm losing my voice. I need to stop. That usually doesn't happen to me. Well, thank you all for joining me, giving me my 8 likes. Check out my Patreon. Oh, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. I'll have to do some more research. I will see you later before I start to squeak or before I start talking like this. It was great talking to you again. Again, for those of you who are just watching this after it's been recorded, check out my Patreon. I'll try to make it more interesting as soon as I learn more about it. Oh, I got a laugh out of you. Okay, I'll see you probably tomorrow. I have a lot going on tomorrow, but I'll probably make it.